that conversation never happened. I talked to my sources. I think they're as good as John's, and I'm not putting you down, John. I think we both have credibility in regard to our sources. I talked to two sources that John may remember this. We had him on before. I had two sources months ago that said Peyton Manning was coming back. I wrote it. People didn't really believe it, but that's fine, like John said, if you believe it or not. But I have two sources that are very, very close to this situation. As close as you can get to this situation, there was never a conversation.
Well, and for what it's worth, John, I had two sources I talked to last night, both with the Broncos. And I also know for a fact from a very highly placed source, wink, wink, that when John Elway heard this story, he laughed.
So,
a lot of people tried to trace this here back to 2012. And for some reason, people who don't understand what happened are ignorant of the facts, think that Gary Kubiak doesn't like Peyton Manning, and that's not the case at all. Go back to when Peyton was coming off neck surgeries. Texans were one of the teams on his list. Texans were coming off a division championship, their first one, playoff victory, and Schaub had been 8-3, and he had a season-ending foot injury. And he was supposed to come back 100%, which he did. He went 12-4, won the division, won a playoff game, beat the Broncos through 4 touchdown passes, lost a piece of his ear, outplayed Peyton, and they won. So nobody said anything about it at the time when it got out. Bob McNair said, so I remember asking him and writing this, he said if Peyton were healthy, of course we would have been seriously interested, but we couldn't because we didn't want to take that chance because we had Schaub coming back. We were coming off a division title. It would have had serious salary cap ramifications, and so they didn't do the deal. But it got out here. Everybody wanted to do the deal with Gary Kubiak, and that's not the case.